Hello, you awesome fourth graders. We're going to lay some foundation for writing. Okay, before we can successfully write, we need to have some ideas of what to write about. And so I want to teach you some basic principles of writing. And there's probably about 5 or 6 of them we're going to do. Okay, and so when we do this, I want you to keep your copy and then either send it in if you're staying at home, or bring it with you when you come back to school, because we're going to put it in your journal, okay? And we have places for this in our journal. Remember that journal we put together, okay? And we're going to keep it all there so that all of our writing stuff is all together, and we can be really, really successful this year and really make leaps and bounds, okay? So the first lesson I'm going to teach you is the purpose of writing. Everything we write has 3 purposes, and I like to think of it as PIE. P-I-E. Sounds delicious, doesn't it? The first one is persuade. I want you to think about, oh my goodness, you want to wear no more shoes in school. So you're going to tell Mr. Piper, you know, Mr. Piper, there is good reason why we need to go shoeless. It takes less time in the morning to get dressed. We're more comfortable. Our feet won't smell. All those good reasons. And so you're going to persuade him. Some common words are motivate, convince, influence, persuade, argue. And I know they're kind of hard to read, but on your copy, they're going to be much easier to read. Those are the kind of things you want to think of. Another idea is think of the last time, like you wanted to go spend some time at a friend's house. You had to persuade your mom or dad that you wanted to go over to a friend's house. Maybe you need to persuade them as to you want a special dessert or an extra dessert. Okay? That's persuasion. And we're going to work on persuasion in some really cool ways this year. Okay? You're going to love it, especially around Christmas time. We're going to do some persuasion there. Okay? The second way that we write is to inform. Inform is when we want to give information. Maybe we want to teach, or we need to clarify or define. The most basic idea I can think of is when you get an invitation to a birthday party. It tells you exactly who, when, where, and why. Everything. It's all those basic facts. You might inform somebody of how to put something together. You might read directions from a game. Maybe you're looking at the how-to steps on how to do a video game. You might even look at the back of a cereal box and look at the ingredients. That's information. Those are all informing. The last type is entertainment. Those are the fun ones. That's where you're going to narrate, or you're going to share, and you're going to tell a story. Okay? And we're going to have some fun with that too. We're going to do a lot of inform, and we're going to have some fun with entertain. So this year's going to be really full of a lot of great stuff. So now what I want you to do, and I'm sorry that my paper is sideways and yours is right side up, but I could not get it the other way. Okay? The first thing I want you to do is there's a text box here. You'll see that there's 3 topics. I want you to write down a topic that you know a lot about. And so first off, I want you to watch what I do, and then you can mimic me, okay? I'm going to give you time. I'll say it's your turn, and then it's your turn to write, okay? So right now it's my turn, so you just watch and learn and listen, okay? I'm going to click on this text box, and when you write on yours, you'll be writing it this way. One topic that I know a whole bunch about is barn cats. I do. That's not cars, barn cats. That's something I totally do. I'm just writing the name in there. Another topic that I know, I'm going to go to my next topic, is I know a lot about sewing. I do. I sew a lot, and I quilt a lot, and do a lot of different things with sewing. My last topic that I know a lot about, oh my goodness, it's baking. I do. I love to bake, and I know a lot about baking. So there's my topics. Now, what I want you to do, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to look at how I'm going to take one. I'm going to take barn cats. I'm going to take it through persuading, informing, entertaining. And I'm going to take it all the way down through those, okay? So first off, I'm going to persuade about barn cats, okay? I'm clicking back in. So if you're doing this on your thing, I'm going to click back into my text box, and I'm going to double click. And if I want to, I can change my font color, and I'm going to do that so you can really tell that I'm in persuasion. And I'm going to go up here, I'm going to change my font color. I'm going to be red at first, okay? I'm going to bold it so you can really see it, okay? So first off, I'm going to tell you how they are the best hunters in the world. They're the best hunters. They are. And the other thing I'm going to persuade you about on how they make the perfect addition if you live in a rural area. They're perfect for rural homes, okay? Because they're going to, ties in being a hunter. Now, if I wanted to, I could totally put a little bullet there. Oh, no, that takes up a lot of room. I'm going to get rid of that bullet. Just click off of it and it gets rid of it. Okay, now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to inform. What can I inform you or clarify or teach you about barn cats? Well, I'm going to change my color, do that a different color so that you can see the difference, okay? The first thing I can do to teach you, oh, wait a minute, let me bold it too. Sorry, let me bold it so it really stands out, okay? Is I'm going to teach you how to care for them. You care for them very differently than you do regular old kitty cats, okay? They really are. The second thing is, and if you can only think of one, that's totally okay, but I can think of a couple on this one because they're really fresh in my brain, okay? I can also, with barn cats, I can teach you how to make them feel at home. Feel at home. Because it takes a little while. You just can't get them from someplace and then bring them home, okay? For some reason, that didn't come out. Feel at home. So that's my second thing. Now to entertain, oh boy, I have a couple kitties. Changing my color again. This time I'm going to make it purple. I have a couple kitties that you guys would really love. I could tell you a story about, I'm just going to write his name down because that reminds me of the story. Notice I'm not writing full sentences. I'm writing just little facts, okay? So first one is Joey. I could tell you a story about Joey. He's my favorite one so far. He's friendly. He lets me pet him. He'll roll over to me. He'll let me. We just got a brush, and it's so silly to see him with his brush. It's so funny. I never was able to brush a cat before, but I can brush Joey. The second, there's two stories I could tell. I could tell you about Garfield, and actually I could tell you about each one of my cats. But Garfield, and I know you're going to laugh. His name is Garfield for a very good reason, and I could tell you that reason. Okay, so there you have it. I don't know why we have those extra text boxes. I have my topic of barn cats, and I'm going to just take this barn cats and I'm going to underline it just so that it stands out so you can see that it's different, okay? And I can persuade you that they're the best hunters and they're perfect for rural homes. I can inform you about how to care for them and how to make them feel at home, make them acclimated to your home. And I can tell you two funny stories about Garfield and Joey. Well, now I'm going to take my topic of sewing. Okay, I'm going to take my topic and I'm going to go right here. I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to give you some time to write. Okay, and this is exactly what we did in school. So for sewing, this is my first topic, just to remind myself, I'm persuading you. Oh, I'm going to persuade you why everyone needs to learn how. The second thing I want to persuade you about, you know what, I can't think of one, so I'm just going to do one, and that's all you really need is one. Now I'm going to go over here. Oh, you know what, I didn't change my color. Let me change my color. It was bold, and I believe this one was red. Yep, there we go. And I'm going to, this guy I did bold, and I did underline, so he stood out. Okay, this text box, I believe, yep, I did in blue. I'm bolding it, and I'm going to do blue now. Okay, and this I'm going to inform you. I'm going to inform you the right fabrics to use. Oh, let me put a little dash in there. Fabrics, as well as the type of, what else can I inform you with? You know what, I'm going to do just one, because you don't have to do more than one. You can always come back and add to this. The last one is entertainment. Oh my goodness, I can tell you. I'm going to bold it. Pick my purple. There we go. I can tell you a story about Becca. She's my daughter. So I'm going to put Rebecca. Learning. And I can tell you a funny story about when I taught my daughter how to sew and how she was learning. It's really, really funny. And it's interesting. And then there's another story I can tell about her that isn't funny, but it's serious and you can learn from her what she did. Okay? So now I'm going to just set up my baking the way I did the other ones. I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to change my font color. I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to make it red just because that's what I'm doing on the second one. Okay. I'm going to bold that and underline that so it stands out. So I'm ready to go for baking. And my next one, this font, Baking to Inform or to Teach. I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to change the color to blue. And that's ready to go. And this one, bold, make it purple, and it's ready to go. The story I could tell you about baking. Okay? Now it's your turn. You are going to have a blank one like this. I'm going to enlarge it. If you are using this one like I have, it already has your text boxes in it. Oh, I gotta get rid of that enlarging here. Put it back to 100%. There we go. It has the text boxes. You can just type right in there. And if you want to make it change your colors, you can. Go up here, bold it, change your color. Okay? And your turn. I want you to come up with 1, 2, 3 topics. Okay? And then I want you to take time and take at least one of them and go down. What I did in school and what I want to encourage you to do, I want you to take 4 minutes. Okay, no more than 4 minutes. Put a little timer on 4 minutes and do one down. If you still have time left, try a second one. Okay? Have fun. And again, email me if you have questions.